Okay, so we're going to try something different today. I know yesterday I had quite a conversation, and it actually sparked me to come up with the idea that maybe I'm going to create some actual scripted content going forward. But for today's video, I'm actually going to head over to a local bike shop in Syracuse called Mello Velo. And they specialize mostly in like commuter type stuff, a little bit of racing things, but mostly commuter bike. But I think they're going to be a good place to go and look at what they have for touring bikes. I know that they do, or at least did deal with a couple of companies that I really like that seem to exist in that space. So I'm going to go see what's available and walk around a little bit and just check the store out. I haven't been there in quite a while, other than for some random work to be done on my bikes, but I haven't actually shopped through what they have. So we're going to go take a look. And in the meantime, I'm going to drive through the city of Syracuse a little bit and see how this weather is. So right now I'm just on like a fact-finding mission. I'm not actually looking to buy anything today. I got to figure out exactly how much this is all going to cost me before I actually pull the trigger on anything. So we'll see. We'll see what I find today. I'm going to talk to somebody, probably not on camera though, and get an idea of some things. So these right here are the Surly bikes that I really kind of like this brand. I've never ridden one, but I know a lot of people do use these as touring bikes. So essentially what I'm looking for is like a steel frame bike that can support the weight of both me, who's at this point 220, although I hope to be a lot less this summer, but my weight plus the weight of all the gear that I need to put on it. Okay, so looking closer at these Surleys right now, one of the things that I'm really looking for is right here where you see on the front fork of the bike, it's got these little knobs here. This allows you to mount front racks along with the mounts that you see down here, like here and down here, that allow you to mount the rear rack system that'll go over the tire. And then of course you can mount some fenders on there as well. Then you have the cages here for water bottles, but you can also put a whole bag right here in this little section right there. So like these Surleys I think are great bikes. They're kind of designed for this kind of stuff. The only issue for me is just figuring out which frame is best for me. I definitely like drop bars versus straight bars. All right, so one of the things I need to consider is whether or not I want fenders. I think it's a good idea. As you're considering like weight problems though, that's one thing you do need to think about. So this is a specific Surly rack system right here. It's $130. So basically made for their bikes, which is good. Yeah, and then here's the front racks. This is for the front forks. Okay, so a lot of pannier options right here for different ways to mount on the bike. They got like waterproof bags down there, zip up bags. They got some branded bags. There's a lot of different options here as well. So this is definitely going to be very likely a one-stop shop for me, which is good. A lot of different options for air systems too, because obviously flats are going to be a regular problem. So you want to make sure there's bike pumps. So that's something that I can definitely grab later. So they have a pretty substantial use section over here too. There's a lot of different like handlebar, forks, racks, stuff here, but like I'm not ready to buy right now, so I'm assuming this is all going to change on a regular basis. I'm not really in a hurry to grab anything specific right now. One of the things that I have contemplated for a very long time, it has been on my list of things that I've wanted to do, is to start bike touring. Now, what is bike touring, you may ask, in case you didn't know. But bike touring is when you ride your bicycle, for a very long period of time, usually a point-to-point ride. So for example, what I want to do this summer is I want to have my wife drive me to Buffalo, New York, and I want to ride what's called the Empire State Trail across New York State from Buffalo to Albany and then down to New York City. I want to take 5 to 7 days doing it, and I want to stay in hotels along the route. The majority of the Empire State Trail is made up of the Erie Canal Trail and the Hudson Valley Trail. And all of those are fairly flat, and fairly traffic free. There are definitely long areas, sometimes as much as I think 15 miles, where you're riding on the road. I have no fear of riding my bike on the road. I know that some people do, but I'm not concerned about that. And what I want to do is I want to do this possibly in either July or in August. I would do it in June, except I'm going to be already gone for a week, going down to Bonnaroo in June. So I'd like to do it in July. However, there's a possibility that a friend of mine may want to do it with me, but he can only do it in August. So that's yet to be determined. If I'm doing it by myself, I'm shooting for July. If I do it with him, I'm doing it for August. The other thing that I'd like to do, in which bike touring also plays a part, is I would like to start, or like I started a few years ago, I'd like to finish riding around or starting over and doing them all this year, the 11 Finger Lakes. I don't want to do it all at once, but I would like to maybe do it over the course of weekends. So perhaps leaving on a Saturday, driving somewhere, riding my bike around a lake for the day, staying in a hotel, getting up and riding around the next lake over, and then going back and getting my car. So like that's another thing that I've kind of contemplated doing. We'll see if my timing allows me to do that this year. But in order to do that, I own bikes. I have several bikes. I think I have 12 bicycles. None of them are really ideal for what it is that I want to do. You really want to drive or ride a steel framed bike. Steel frame bikes provide more rigidity, which means that your bike won't flex and move as much. And additionally, carrying the extra weight of all the bags and the equipment you want to bring with you. Now, most touring people, bike touring people, as well as what they call bike packers, they will bring a tent with them. I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in riding in a tent, or sleeping in a tent, I should say. My interest is in staying in hotels. I have reached a point in my life where I no longer want to lay down on the ground and sleep. I would much rather keep myself in a nice, comfortable bed. However, I do want to film whatever trips I do, so I need to bring laptop, camera equipment, cabling, power banks, change of clothes to go to, go into hotels, go to dinner, change of kits and all that kind of stuff. So you might need several days worth of clothing, change of shoes. So you definitely need panniers, which are the the bags that you hang on your bike. So I need all that stuff. I'm thinking, based on my previous looking, that I'm going to spend somewhere around $3,000. So if I can keep it around $3,000, I think that's ideal. But we'll see. So anyway, that is today's video. I got a few more errands I have to run. We are supposed to get a monumental snowstorm this weekend, and I need to go to Wegmans and get food. I drove by the Wegmans near my house, and it was absolutely jam-packed with people. But I have a friend who's got a car issue right now that needs some help, so I'm going to go pick her up and take her to run some errands, and we're going to hit the Wegmans near her house, which I'm hoping is not nearly as packed. But we will see. None of that of which, unless it's really crazy, maybe I'll film it. But if I don't, I'll see you tomorrow with another episode. Thanks for watching. I'm Christopher Hess. Have a great day. Hey, thanks again for watching the Christopher Hess Show. I'm really glad you took the time to watch. Now, if you liked what you saw, you can click right here. This will help you subscribe to my channel. Or you can click over here for a video that YouTube thinks is one you would like to watch. Once again, thanks for watching and have a great day.